everyone, Amanda here. So I've got a lovely project to share with you. So first of all, I'm going to show you the project, and then in the second part of the video I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, so this has been made with my new Haunted Manor digital kit for Halloween. There is a link in the description box below if you'd like to purchase it. So I've made this lovely box. Okay, quite straightforward. I've got the words trick or treat top or and bottom, and I've put some lovely little brass feet on, little mini ones, so that it stands like so. Okay, so this opens, this has been backed on fun foam that children make things from. It's a really effective way of getting dimension without having to mess about with double-sided sticky tape. And then inside we've got this lovely little book. Now, I made a smaller project with the kit to show everybody that you don't have to make, you know, a 100-page journal with digital kits. They're very versatile and you can make lots of different things with them. So the box there, the papers are in the kit, and this shaped image is also part of the kit. So the little book here measures 5 by 4, and it's kind of like a bit of a kind of mini album stroke brag book. Can't get my words out today, but I've made it in a slightly different way. So there's the front again, lovely image from the kit, backed on fun foam to give it a bit of dimension. And then when we go in, I've used images from the kit cut down. So a lot of the pages have got focal points and then lots of space for writing, but the good part about that is that you can zoom in and trim down and focus in on particular images without it being too fussy. So yeah, and then these are little cutter parts and tags from the kit. Okay, so this one here has a little side pocket which I've just put a little journaling card in, and it's got a little charm which are keys for the Haunted Manor. Okay, I just thought it was a bit of fun. So then on the next page here we've got a plain page, and then here we've got a little pocket with a cabinet card, a vintage cabinet card. I've put gold, what's it called, like, it's this, it's like a gold powder, like a gilding polish type thing. If you don't have that, you can just use a metallic looking acrylic paint which you can pick up cheap. Little cutter part, and then this paper had spiders in the background, and as you can see there, I've just gone over them with a crystal effect glaze, a little bit like glossy accents, just to lift those from there. And then this is an old Sizzix embossing folder. I just brought out the words with some more of the gold. I can't think what it's called. Gilding polish. Another cabinet card there, and then on this here, which is you know, a scrap piece, I fussy cut some of the skulls there, and as you can see they are dimensional, so I backed them on fun foam, inked them with Dusty Concord, and then glued them over the original skulls, just for a little bit of fun. And then this one here is another pocket with another little journaling card in and a little charm. Okay, and then here we've got another little pocket with a little cabinet card. So obviously you could put your own photos in here, or you can just make it as a fun little project. And then this here is a little tuck spot with a little pumpkin, and then here again we've got another one, and I've used one of the cutter parts and I've just glued it on two sides so that you can tuck things in really easily. So, and then that's the back, which has got the same image as on the front of the box. So then what you do is, where the two pockets are, okay, this is the centre of your book. Okay, so put that to one side, okay, and then flip it over. And then this is the fun part, because then you get hold of the front and back page and it pulls out like a concertina. Okay, so lift that up, and we've got various images to show the different images in the kit. So these are cut down from the journal sheets. These will be in you know, one of the corners, so you can cut out what you want. Okay, and then just in the centre here, these open. All right, I don't know how much is going to show because it's wider than the camera screen. But there we go. And then in the centre here, we've got another little cute pocket with some little cutter parts. So it's a lovely, cute little item to gift or keep. You don't have to give it to anybody if you don't want to keep it all to yourself. But it just goes to show that you don't have to always make a huge, time-consuming journal with the kits. You can make nice, cute, smaller projects. So then that folds back in together, and then that folds back around, and you're back to your little book again. And then obviously it goes inside its own cute little box. So if you'd like to see how that's made, stay tuned and let's get creating. So you're going to need a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, okay? And what you want to do first of all is cut it down on one side to 10 inches. Okay. Now save this piece here. This is going to be 2 inches wide, and this is perfect for any pockets that you're going to make, as you will have seen in my version. So save the strip, and then you'll be able to cut them just on the length, and those are the perfect size. Okay, so you'd need 2 of those. So then grab your scoreboard, and on the short side, which is the 10-inch side there, okay, let me see if I've got a... On the 10-inch side, we're going to score at 5. Okay, so I'm going to try and use a white pen so that you can see where the scores go. So 5 inches. Okay. Alright, then turn it on the long side, so this will measure 12 inches, and you want to score at 4 inch and 8 inch. It's really simple. Okay, so there's 8 and there's 4. I'm just doing this because it's black card and it can be difficult to demonstrate with black card. So now what you want to do is fold all of those scores, and then we're going to cut along here, okay, so along here, and we're going to cut up to here. Alright, so you're cutting along the middle line up to the last section where that meets, so here, okay. Alright, so I'm going to fold my score lines first so that it's easy for me to see, because black card, I don't know about anybody else, but I get a little bit of like, almost like blindness when it comes to black cardstock. So take your time, okay. So we're going to cut along here. Okay. Get the longest pair of scissors you can find, or use your trimmer. If you use short scissors, then it's going to take you more cuts and you're going to get a jaggedy edge, if you know what I mean. So that's where we're cutting to. Okay, so at this point you want to fold it inwards like that on itself, okay. And then you want to, I think that's right, yeah. Then you want to concertina those pages, okay. So you just fold back and fold forward. Alright, so let me show you again. So fold that in on itself, lift it up, concertina, this one backwards and forwards, and this one backwards and forwards. And then what you've got here, you've got that flap, which is like your front page. And then here you've got this, like you've got this, the fold facing you. Okay, so you don't want it away from you, you want the fold there facing you, and then that's like the back page. Okay, so then what you want to do is just open where that fold is, just open it and just glue it 2 sides on the back and the top. Okay, so let me show you if I can undo my glue. So we're gluing, so there's the fold, we're gluing on the back, and get as thin a line as you can. Okay, you can use sticky tape if you want, but I prefer wet glue, especially when you're putting things in and out of a pocket. With double-sided tape, what you put in can get stuck on the tape, and also over time I find that tape just doesn't last, okay, as long as glue. Alright, so that will create the pocket for the journaling card. Okay, now at this point, if you only want a small project, you can stop there. Okay, my glue takes a while to dry, so just bear with me. I'm just gonna clip it together. Now if you want the longer version, you can stop there. Okay, if you want the longer version, you do the same thing again, so you're creating yourself another one like this. Okay, so again, fold it back together, concertina it, forward and backwards and forward and backwards, so you've got a front page, a back page, and the seams are there. Okay, and the seams are there. Glue the back again and the top to create that pocket, so you're duplicating what you've just done. Okay, but what you want to do on this one is the front page. Let me just clip that together so that it dries. Come on, dry. I'll just clip that together a minute while it dries. Un momento. So your front page in this instance here, you want to cut down to 2 inches. Okay, so grab your trimmer. Now these measure 4, so all you need to do is put it through your trimmer up to 2 and trim it. Again, save that part because that's 2 inches, it's perfect for a pocket, don't waste anything. So then with this small 2-inch part, we're going to go back to our first one. Okay, we're going to go to what would have been the back page. Alright, and we're going to glue it on the fold side. Okay, not here, here. Alright, and that creates a pocket and also holds the 2 parts together so that you've got the longer version. Okay. If you've got glue that takes a while to dry like mine, just be patient. Okay, line that up with the edge of there, and that will create that thicker book. Okay, and that has joined the 2 pieces together and it's given you a pocket. Okay, so that then gives you your front page, you've got a pocket page, then you've got your middle flap with the 2-inch pocket where you've joined them together. So what you want to do with this middle page is go to the other side, so you've got the pocket where you've joined the pages, go to the other side and put an identical pocket here. So the piece that you've just cut off from there will make a pocket for here. That identifies the centre of your book. So glue on 3 sides. If you're worried about your matting and layering, layer these pages with your paper first. I'm not worried, I just slide it in or cut around. So there you go, so that creates that pocket. So this is your identifying centre page. Okay, so then that's where you will turn it over. Okay, pull them 2 out and then you've got them 2 there. That's how you create your booklet. Okay, it's so easy. Alright, now all of these pages measure 5 by 4. So when you're matting and layering, all you need to do is cut your paper either 1/4 of an inch smaller or a 1/8 of an inch, however you like to do your layering. So all of my papers were cut to 3 7/8 by 4 7/8, which gave me a 1/8 of an inch border. Okay, so that's the booklet. Now, if you want to stay, I will show you how to make the box back in a moment. Okay, so to create the box, you're going to need one will need to be 12 by 12, the second could be A4. Okay, and now I'm using, I've done mine in black, I'm using an old colour of cardstock to demonstrate with, so that I don't use up all my black. So the first one you need to cut to 9 1/4. Save these because they can come in handy, by 8 3/4. Okay, so that is your bottom. I do write on in pencil when I'm doing a box, so I don't forget which is which when I'm looking at my measurements for the score. Otherwise I'll get confused. And then the second one, like I said, this could you would fit this from an A4, but I'm just using old card to demonstrate. This needs to be, now the measurement of the lid is 6 3/4 by 7 1/4, but what I want you to do is just add on a 1/16 of an inch, right? So I'm not giving that as a measurement because it confuses people, but I'm going to show you. So this needs to be 6 3/4, which is there. Can you see? 6 3/4 is that longer line there. We're going to go up to just the next line, which is a 1/16 of an inch. Okay, can you see? Is it focusing? I don't know if it's focusing, but just go up to the next one, okay? I don't want to be giving out 1/16 of an inch measurements because it confuses people, but it just needs to be just a gnat's whisker larger. So 6 3/4 is there, then a gnat's whisker, okay, 1/16 of an inch, okay, and cut, okay. Then turn it, and the next measurement is 7 1/4, which is there, and then the gnat's whisker. That's what I'm calling 1/16 of an inch, is a gnat's whisker, okay. All that does is that just makes sure that your lid is slightly bigger than your bottom, so that it's not scrunching it in when you put it on, okay. So don't forget, in Amandaland, a gnat's whisker is a 1/16 of an inch. I just think it's an easier way to explain. And this is going to be the lid, okay. And I'm writing that on so that I don't get confused. I'm sure you're far more intelligent than I am and have a better attention span. Right, so then we're going back to our bottom piece. Where's my scoring tool? Now, it doesn't matter which way round, whether you've got it on that side or that side, okay? It doesn't matter. All you need to do is score at 1 inch and 2 inch. Turn it. 1 inch, 2 inch, turn it. 1 inch, 2 inch, turn it. 1 inch, 2 inch, okay. Now I have made this box measurement specific to fit the little booklet, making room for the tabs, okay. So if you don't put tabs in your booklet and you make this box, it might rattle about a bit. Okay, but it's the perfect size when you've added the tabs and the charms. You can always adjust the size. If it's rattling around, add some tissue paper if you don't use the tabs. So that was 1 inch and 2 inch on all 4 sides. And on the lid, you do 1/2 inch and 1 inch on all 4 sides. I hope this is clear and I've not confused you. It's really not difficult. It's quite straightforward, and I've kept the measurements as easy as possible to remember. So on the bottom, that's the larger, going to be the slightly larger piece with the score in there, 1 and 2 inch, and for the lid it's 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So that you end up with this. So the bottom is deeper and the lid is shallower. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the process on the bottom piece, and then we're going to fast forward because it's the same process for both. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to fold and burnish all of those score lines, and what we'll do is we'll fast forward, and I'll come back when that, you know, I'll come back when I've done the lid. Fold and burnish all of those score lines. Right, so now let me grab, I'll just use my pencil. So you'll see in each corner you've got 4 little squares. So the only square you need to keep is this one. Okay, so this square, and this square. On all 4 corners, you cut away. And it's the same process for the lid, remember? Okay, so we're going to cut those away. Now this is going to fold over this one to give you strength on the box. So the top ones here all need a slight notch, so that when you fold them in, they're not in the way. Okay, so that's going to be on all 4 there when you're cutting, just notching. Okay, right, so I'm going to, so for ease, for anybody that's not used to boxing, anybody that is used to it will just notch there, cut that away, notch, flat, cut along there, and you're flying. Okay, but and I'm going to do this as if somebody's here that's never done one before. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut away the 3 boxes that I don't need first of all. Okay, so straight along there. Takes them 2 away. I don't need that one. Now this is going to be a tab. Make sure when you're cutting that you don't have any score line showing. If you can see a score line, snip it away. Right, so this is going to be a tab that's going to fold onto there. Okay, and then that will fold over the top of it. So you need to release this. So go along here and cut that to release it. Okay, so that is a tab. Now I can see the score lines there because my hand-eye coordination is not brilliant. So I'm just going to go back in and I'm going to carefully trim them off, because otherwise it might not line up straight. Okay, I'll just do it again. Alright, so then here we're just going to notch that. Okay, doesn't even have to be as wide as my pencil mark in there, just a little bit. It just makes it so it doesn't catch when you're folding that bit closed. So then we're going to go around and we're going to do the same thing on all 4 sides. Okay, make sure I'm these smaller square flaps fold inwards like so. Okay, fold them all in. Okay, so they'll go around like so. You want a small piece, and I will use tape on boxes so that it dries faster. Okay, you can use glue. Glue is better, but obviously you've got to wait for it to dry, and I'm filming, so I ain't got time for that. Okay. And it's better to have it close to the score mark than there. You can do 2 layers of tape if you want. I'm being fast for the video, so make sure it's close to the score line so that it's holding together nicely. So you've put tape there. You also want tape along the inside of here. Okay, so here. Peel off the tape on the small squares first. Anybody who's a seasoned box maker will, you know, you'll be like, oh, you're faffing, Amanda. I have got varifocal glasses, and I really do, I am a blind as a bat. So then I find it easier to, at this point, just fold these ones back a little bit so that they're not in your way. Don't worry about counteracting the scar, you know, don't worry about that. Then what you want to do is start and put your sides together. So what you're looking for is you're looking to line this fold with that edge, okay? Don't be looking to line these sides up, it's always the fold to the edge. Alright, so fold to the edge and press it, okay? Fold to the edge and press it. Fold to the edge, and at the end of the day, don't worry if it's, you know, not 100% perfect. It is just a box to hold, you know, a handmade item. Handmade is with love, not with perfection, so don't worry. Okay, so that's those. All right, that one's not straight. Let me just do that again, because that one's really not very straight. Okay, that's better. Now remove the tape from the top ones. And these will fold over and they will reinforce the little tabs there and make the scoring tool and your burnishing tool, and just go in and just give each section a little rub. Okay, and that is your bottom. Same process for the top. I'll be back in a minute when I've done mine. Okay, so there's my completed box with the lovely snug lid. There's no gaping. It's really, really lovely. It's a snug fit, so make sure you nicely crease those score lines and take time snipping your little segments away to get a nice neat finish. So there you go, that's how I created the box for this. The rest is pure decoration. Go and have some fun, and don't forget to utilise any old embossing folders you may have. You can trim out the words and follow along and create yourself one of these lovely little mini books. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for watching. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye.